Hi, my name's Storm Smith. I'm going to Cornell's hotel school. I had a job most of the school year, senior year, and I also had a job during the summer before. I also had the chance to start a business during the school year with like a entrepreneurial minded peer of mine who he's like a farmer. He's going to school for agriculture. And what he like specializes in is hay and like basically turning like underused land, like land that otherwise would probably just sit there and not like make any money, and using the rainwater and like simple like irrigation, like a little bit of tractor work to grow hay there, like planting it, a little bit of overhead cost. But so me and him went into a business together where we planted like 42 acres, I believe it is, of hay, which it's all grown, cut, baled now, and we're selling it. So that was one thing I did.
Can you share with us, like, how did you even come across your major? How did you find that?
I learned a lot about my boss. He's the chef, he's the owner, very cool guy. He went to CIA, they call it, the Culinary Institute of America, which is in New York. And it has like an association with Cornell's hotel school, which is like the creme de la creme of HRM, like hotel restaurant management um, programs. And I found out about it because I was kind of like looking into the CIA, like the this Culinary Institute, and I found out about the hotel school, and then I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like that's right up my alley. There's only a couple schools that have the kind of program I was interested in, and Cornell has the best one. So,
Um, how did you decide between Berkeley and Cornell?
um, well, what really pushed me over was it was tough though, because I had such a family draw to Berkeley. I have like both my parents went there, they met there. Um, you know, I've gone to Berkeley like Cal Bear games my whole life. I've been around UC Berkeley a lot, and I kind of always, when I was a kid, thought of myself as like, oh, I'd like to go there. Like that's where I hope I go. Um, so when I got in, it seems kind of like a shoe in, like easy, like yeah, I should definitely go to Berkeley. But the program I got into there, I would have just been going to the College of Arts and Sciences, um, and trying to major in economics, but that didn't seem as um, didn't really meet my goal as much, like with my intended life path. Like I wanted to pick a degree that would uh, propel me into a career in hospitality. Um, and I knew that Cornell's hotel program was like a perfect like the perfect place to start. So it was a tough call for sure, because I felt like I couldn't go wrong just going to Berkeley and kind of um, you know taking up the family banner. But uh, I'm excited to kind of blaze my own trail and go to do my own thing and go to Cornell and study what I'm trying to study. Yeah, just having someone you can talk to, um, and when you're struggling on these apps, because there's so many questions, and they they might not seem they might not seem so complicated or so demanding of questions until you really start to break them down and actually like write out answers and like come up with meaningful stories, to tell, because you're trying to explain who you are, your character, through just a couple like very, very simple questions. Um, and I think that that process itself is very challenging and very like if you've never had to do anything like that before, which I know I hadn't, like kind of like explore yourself and like who am I? Like how do I explain myself to these colleges through just so many words, you know what I mean, through 500 words or whatever, however many characters they give you. Um, yeah, just having someone that knows how to wordsmith and how to like share the best parts of yourself and like really um, share stories that are you know pull people in and you know draw people in to your story. You want people to you're selling yourself a little bit. So it's super challenging. I'd never done that before, and having someone that knows what they're doing and can help you along the way is super helpful. Man, in ninth or 10th grade, I would take it easy a little bit. I mean, don't worry too much about the future. Just like I said earlier with meeting with moving to a new place, just kind of let things come naturally and flow to you and try to get good grades, try to, do your schoolwork, but don't kill yourself doing it. Just um, you know, try to stay on top of everything, and by the time you get to your junior senior year, you'll have a little bit better idea of maybe what you're trying to do, and if you don't, that's still okay. I mean, I didn't have like a really solid idea of like this is what I'm going to do until like felt like right before I, like ED to Cornell. Like I was on the fence. You know what I mean? So it's not going to come to you right away. It's not going to be like if you know like, oh, I want to be a dentist and you're a freshman, like that's really great. That I wish I knew really early on what I wanted to do, but I didn't. If you don't know though, you're fine. Like that's completely normal. That's completely okay. And just letting things come naturally and like uh, just trying to stay on top of everything and do your best.